The best that you know, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best that you know, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. For the bank and they know I'm in prison. He wanna talk, but he not on the schedule. I ain't taking no from my who ain't heavy. I'm the best, and you heard what I said. Spend all the money, I'm dripping, it's spouting. Got on it, then it's dripping like water. Teaching, but I don't have a daughter. I know me, I can pick up when I call it. Working big, and it don't hurt to break, cause I'ma always do it how I wanna do it. Every time he lead a know it, Mr. Know I got him running to it. I'ma need to pull the mail before we talk it that I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run like a runner do it. Stun on her till like a stunner do it. I'm the best, I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. I'm the best, and I got it, on my own. Get my way up, get my go. If I touch it, then it's cold. Top dog like I manage. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze. I'm really who the panel chose. Put my name up like a banner boat. Acting tough and I'ma let her go. Name her who got a better flow, but she can hang it up just like a telephone. Stick me up with the cost 10K to let it come see it. Me and them here make it come treat it. Spin make it come beat it. I want the new in the machine out. Jewelry be caught like the temperature zero. I'm the hardest, they call me.
The seating capacity is 65,000 at Ford Field, and we are right around that number today. A good crowd on hand and seemingly ready to go in the Motor City. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Minnesota Vikings and the Detroit Lions. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Come on, hit! 60 Vikings!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. From the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
The Lions at 3-2, a game over 500 here to start the season. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Warriors 70, 19 Lions, Panther 60, 18 Radley, 18 Radley.
2nd and 9 now. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
I don't think either one of us is surprised about who they just targeted on that one. I mean, they're going to try and get to him as much as possible. Off to a nice start, but unable to haul that one in.
Yeah, already looked his way a couple of times on this opening drive. Can't connect there. On third down, he'll drop to throw. They're trying to find Chark, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Uses the stiff arm. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Well, the offense does cover this one, but back inside their own 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. And he's up past the 10 to about the 12. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
McLean 19. 7 Pirates.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. They're connecting here with DJ Chark. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field of the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting one more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
19 tight, 19 tight. 60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
He'll look to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Danielle Hunter, drops him. On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Trying to lay one up deep. He's got him in, complete. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25.
As a general manager, you're counting on your 1st and 2nd round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something going, and we're seeing one right here.
Yeah, plays like that lead me to believe that they found a diamond in the rough. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kareem Hunt, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's 1st score here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit, or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point, and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready, go.
He'll drop to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Detroit. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Here we go, set.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Samuel. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down. Another carry for the wide receiver, Samuel. And a pretty good run as he'll get this down close to a first at the Lions' 28. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this is caught. Forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Set, Hunt.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
14, Lions 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Back to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Come back in! Come back in! 19, high here! 70 Ranger!
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's going to be Samuel with a run. And some room to work. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 79 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Shoves him away, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kareem Hunt with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now 21-7.
Lions 7.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Throws out left. It's caught by Williams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Here we go.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Top row 18. Trap 50. Trap 50.
Back to throw here. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the young buck, the rookie, just racked up his first career interception.
And how about the scouting department? They've got to be very happy right now because in NFL parlance, he's a 3rd-day selection. Anyone after the 4th round, that's big-time scouting right there. And what a great play he just made.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And his throw here's incomplete.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. They'll give it to Samuel. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. So plenty of leg, but it's the accuracy there that lets him down.
Yeah, he hit it really well. I think this might have been good from 55, but you'll see it just conk off that upright, and they're denied a chance at 3 points.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Porter. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Look at 19.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
2nd and 3. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This This defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stretched the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throw.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Lewis Cine. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This defense, 3 interceptions now. And, Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after it, partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question, and neither is another pick 6.
Fair catch. Gained at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Well, Charles, you know, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times.
And this is taken in at the 5. And he's got this all the way down to the 5-yard line. A big connection on that one. 41 yards. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll begin by running here with Samuel. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They go play action here on first down. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Hunt will try going up the middle. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw here. It's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have opened the lead up to 30. The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. Let's try to come back.
He's got a man. Complete. Oh, nice move. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. On play action, they'll throw. And now here is another interception. And the Vikings are going to take over here up near the... Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
Partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
23 yards the pickup there. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone, but still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He's got this complete to Williams.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Petty now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got a man, complete.
So
and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Swift. And the tough run gets him just inside the 10 to the 9, but no further. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
Well, you're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the third quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they've got this game well in hand.
On second and goal, Petty. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Still well in control of this ball game despite giving up that touchdown a moment ago. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind.
Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Past the 20.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
Fair catch, made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
Give the tackle there to Danielle Hunter.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 41-yard line.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8. Here's Petty. That is caught. It's the tight end Goddard. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 39.
That's good. We're on the line.
They run out of the gun with Swift. A nice little juke. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 22-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
On 2nd and 7, Petty finding Williams once more, complete. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. From the gun, here's Swift hammering for the goal line. He loses the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline is still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Now they send a man in motion right. Here we go on 4th down. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Lion defense able to come up there with a goal line stand. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And just looking ahead, it would appear that bye week. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to let it go again. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. This game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard, but that is not the case as we play on here in this fourth quarter.
That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Porter. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Back to throw now on first down. His throw incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
On second and 10, Patty. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
Talk about two sides of the ball at cross purposes, because mercifully this game's almost over for the offense, but the defense, they still want to get a few shots in. That front seven, they've loved this ball game. They've been able to pad their stats and maybe some back.
And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Jamel Dean. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He completes it to Ridley. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Partner, I know we're still in the afternoon slate here. Some primetime games still on the docket, but it's going to be tough to top this effort. What an offensive performance we have seen. They have been unstoppable from the moment we began this game, and they're not holding back. They're still throwing the football here in the fourth.
They certainly are, and let me tell you something. If you're old school, you don't like this at all. But in today's football, you just go ahead and savor it. Watch a team execute at a high level. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says.
They'll run with Hunt. A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw and give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Extra point attempt to come here. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And the Lions are able to cover this one up.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll run right here with Swift.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Now Myers for the extra point. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch. They go 25-yard line. The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they look to finish strong in this fourth quarter. And this is a unit that certainly has turned things around from a week ago. Just a much more productive all-around. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Lions come up with a late turnover, but it will